Oh my God, I can't believe it. Holy cow. All right, we got a lot to look at and unpack here in this roof leak video inspection here. It is June 25th, 2025. I just did a short video talking about this little point right here, and I want to talk about that, flashing flanges and quality of work and roof overs and concentric vent pipes and all kinds of stuff in this one. So, check this out. All right, there's a leak around this. Done some pretty good damage. Got a big spot of ceiling, drywall texture falling off, staining, tape, it's bad. There's a good sized bit of water area that gathers above this, it hits this. It needs to split left and right to finish its way off the roof. Looking at this shingle point right here, I've talked about this in other videos, but this is a really good visual. Water hits that and it will run laterally. I don't care who you are, say your stuff never leaks. I'm gonna show you right here. This isn't me saying it, this is visual evidence and facts, and you can do what you wanna do with this. If you're a roofer, maybe change your techniques, maybe do one simple step or a couple simple steps. If you're a manufacturer of these, maybe make your flanges a little bit bigger. Let's just get into it. So, water's actually catching this, running laterally. If you look at the flange here, it's not big. It's 1.5 inches, probably from where, actually, let's grab a tape measure here. Let's just see where this actually is. From the shingle to the edge, okay, it's like 2 inches maybe, almost 2 inches. It's still not big for the height this is. When you have any kind of flashing, chimney, anything where a shingle terminates to it and you got that shingle cut, if there is a point to it. This is really in close cut valleys. See if there's a valley here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. That valley right down there. I highly doubt it's nipped. Oh, it's a California. Doesn't apply. California Valley doesn't apply because water's going to run down this right here. Some people hate these. Some people think they're ugly. Some people don't think they work. I've even had people tell me close cut valleys are the best valley. I strongly disagree, and I'm pointing out factual evidence here. Real quick while I'm on this side, any water anywhere on this facet here runs down, it will run off of a shingle onto this, onto here. Anything rushing the valley hits this and runs down. This has a seal strip, it is stuck down. Each point has a seal strip, it is stuck down. Unless it is top seal, of course. There is no point, like over there, where water will catch and run laterally across the shingle. That's why I like these a lot better. You also don't have the fact that you need to cut a shingle in the valley, where hot summer days, people cut too deep and don't realize they can cut the shingle under it. Not good. You also don't have the fact of points. So if this is a true close cut valley and you cut this, you have that, like this top shingle, or this shingle here, the top of it crosses over. When you cut it, you got a nice point right there where water runs laterally across. You don't have any of that with this California Valley. My opinion, way better. You do what you want to do off of what you see on this video or other people that don't back it up. Those people that just say this is the way they do it. All right, now back to this right here. What's going on here? The water is running off laterally. If I can get up in here, you can see the dirty trail, the evidence of the water coming in. You can see felt paper right there. They didn't tuck up under far enough. They tried to hide the flange. I've talked about that many times. Cosmetic is second to functionality. What good is if it looks good but it leaks? If you look here, it's not up near far enough, partially to blame because the manufacturer of this vent does not make their flange come out far enough. There's nothing sealed. If you wanted to add ice and water and you wanted to put ice and water under it on top of the shingle all the way up, if anything did come off, it's going to follow that ice and water down on top of a shingle. I think it's better. Not on it, especially in cold times of installs. Honestly, don't ever install in the cold, but if you're installing over something, it's not good. I've even talked to a manufacturer that teaches training and they say they need to go over it. I've installed for 25 years and I disagree. I've made videos and talking to them and possibly changing the way they do this. They possibly even want me to kind of work with them and teach the training. And I'll get into that, the ice and water under over things, temperatures, but let's finish unpacking this. Water coming down off this. It's now also slanted downward, so it's really bad. You mix it in with that slanting down this way with a big open area to your deck and paper, so water's going under this now. Also, you can confirm there is a roof over. There's the old roof. And you mix it with the point of a shingle. So, if you're gonna install this, you want extra assurance. Tuck under farther, that's one. When you're ready to cross over, add a piece of ice and water for extra assurance going on top of this, like I just said, up past the back of the vent. And the final thing that you have to do if it's a close cut valley or a point like this with any kind of flashing, you can even see, look at the dirtiness on here and look at it right at the top of that shingle, following the path of least resistance, surface tension. right off of that flashing flange right there. Let me try to zoom in on it. There's a little bit better. You can see the dirty trail. This is not me just saying, this is pointing out visual, factual evidence. Come over to this side. I just started pulling this out. I took the 2 nails out of this shingle right here, right there, so I could get under and see it. This one right there. I need to take this out, that out. Well, I don't have ice in the truck. This is a very impromptu stop today. But I can fix this by probably, honestly, what I'm gonna do is take this vent loose, as long as there's no nail on the top of the flange, and tuck it on top of this row, and then seal it would address a lot of that. If you left it, what needs to be done is take your knife and cut from about here down over at an angle. What that does, any water come in and hit this, instead of a point and running laterally left, it will hit that and run the path of least resistance and surface tension down this direction, not up the cut at an angle. That's why it's so important if you're doing a closed cut valley. If you get anything out of this video, you're gonna do a closed cut valley. Once you cut your valley, go back and nip the top corner. Just a little bitty 45-degree angle, 80-degree angle, 110-degree, it doesn't matter. You just don't want that point running perfectly laterally parallel across the roof. It's gotta have a path to hit and run down. So you could honestly do that right there and solve this issue right here. You could also seal it and caulk it in a pinch, but the problem with that is it's temporary. Over time, it'll break due to temperature, expansion, contraction, freeze thaw cycles at different rates. It'll pop the granules off of the shingle, allowing water in under your caulking. So it's not the greatest thing. The other thing I wanted to kind of point out with this real quick, this is old. It's a concentric vent pipe. It's glued on. People don't know what to do. And you can also see there's old holes in this right here. You see this one here? There's an old hole in it right here. There's no hole in the roof right there, right? So it tells me they didn't know what to do with this. They left the old boot on here. Now, the number one issue I see with roof overs is they simply roof over everything, and that's bad because water comes off, goes under the new layer. So you have to tuck under it. So they did, but they reused the old one. If it was aluminum or steel, probably better. This is always the weak link, but these over time get brittle, they degrade. This definitely does. You can tell that's why there's copious amounts of silicone and sprays of something on here. It's just not good. I don't know what I can't see. It's just not good. The other thing with the roof over, it's not worth it. A lot of your cost is in the material. This right here. You want it to last. You don't want a roof over. You're gonna have labor tearing it off. You're gonna have labor on other things like your paper, your ice, stuff like that. But honestly, from my opinion, I feel that I find a lot of people are just looking to save a few dollars. I'm trying to block the sun from the camera here, and wanted to roof over to save a few bucks. I've seen it countless times. It doesn't last. It looks like crap. I've seen really expensive homes with a roof over. In 10 years, they fail. They look bad, and the guy's like, "This is the worst decision of my life." I saved a few $100. I got a good price, got a cheap quote, but is it really cheap? Especially now in inflation, when in 5 years, the cost of shingles more than doubles. Yeah, more than doubles, 100% increase in 5 years since COVID. So you save $400 back then? That burns me because it's happened to me. It just, long story. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this one up here in a minute. So what I'm gonna do, because I'm very limited what I have on the truck in time, I'm probably going to, as I said, tuck this row. Man, they even cut the old roof back way too far, or it had an even bigger vent in there. If this wouldn't have been cut back, this would not be dipping down so much, making the problem worse. Now you can see the dirty water trail. The evidence is there. If I had ice and water, I'd pop it loose, shove it under, tuck one under the row, nip the corners, seal it, call it good, but there's some issues on this roof over. Until next time, be safe. Hopefully you learned something. Let me know where you're watching from. Give it a quick thumbs up. We'll see you on the next one.